Mondays, I hate Mondays. I sure wish it was Sunday, but it's Monday, shining through all the blues, but it's Monday, and I am here with you. No. Cringy. Do you ever just wake up on Monday and like your inner monologue is just already saying, it's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, me too. Me too. Warm fuzzies. Hey everybody, and welcome back to an all-new episode of Monday Coffee with the Doll. I am your hostess with the absolute mostest and oversharing, Miss Emily Doll. Today's episode is going to be kind of just a quick, short, and sweet episode. I have so much content and really cool things to catch up on. I have a lot of editing to do. I have a lot of really fun projects in the works that I need to kind of focus on. So this week's going to be a little bit more simpler Monday coffee, but I still wanted to make sure that I sat down and spent some time with you guys at the beginning of our week, because how will I start my week without you? I can't. No. And I curled my hair for you. Hey-o. So on this week's episode, I just wanted to have a sit down, a little Monday coffee, and update and chill. Maybe answer a few of your guys' questions off of my Facebook page. But mostly just kind of sit down and have a one-on-one with you guys and kind of talk to you guys about what I've been up to, what I'm doing, what's coming up. There's so much stuff happening so quickly. And I feel like that's kind of a big part of being a content creator, is that you work really hard nonstop, and then there's these elements that start coming your way that start getting you more involved, and it really dominates a lot of your time. So a big part of being a content creator is constantly rebalancing and figuring out how to coexist in your own life amongst all of the work and craziness that infiltrates your everyday, like, personal life. Because as a content creator, everything that you do nonstop is usually catering to some type of piece of your content, whether you're editing, whether you're filming a new idea, whether you're like finishing up a new idea, networking, talking with people. There's always just so many aspects to being a content creator that you really have to spread yourself thin sometimes, and your girl's already thin enough as it is. That wasn't that funny of a joke, but you know, I still tried to lay it on thick because I'm a thick girl. Not really. That's just a downright lie. So honesty is the best policy. So as adollforallproductions continues to grow, I'm really investing in a lot of really fun projects and things for you guys to have a good time with and take advantage of as DollFAM members. So I've been talking a lot across my pages about all the new stuff that I'm going to be doing, and there's a lot of different facets. I'm continuing to build my YouTube here and my Monday Coffee show, where we talk a lot about different topics and different things. So that's continuing to build with you guys continuing to write in and leave comments and topics to talk about on the show. That's a really big part of the content that you guys enjoy, so keep doing that. Also, I am continuing with my hot pot of support, which is a spotlight for small businesses, where I do small business reviews and put a spotlight individually on small businesses to kind of help uplift their platforms and their visibility. My platforms have always been heavily dedicated to small businesses and smaller platforms, and trying to help, you know, share the platform's visibility that I've grown over all of my hard work. And I try to kind of do my part to help use that to lift up others, because it really is an unfair playing field when it comes to social media pages and algorithms and visibility, and like those that have it seem to have it, and then everybody else is just kind of like in the dust. So if I can help boost up anybody's visibility and their brand and just inspire them to keep going with that push of what it feels like when you know, people are showcasing the hard work that you do. So my page is always going to be a heavy small business supporter. So make sure, if you guys are a small business, if you have a small business, if you know a small business, especially small businesses that are kind of in the same wheelhouse as a lot of my own brand, I'm really favorite custom culture brands and designers and creators and artists and people in the custom culture scene is obviously one of my favorites to showcase, because it's one of all of our shared passions. If you follow me, you love custom culture probably. But also, if you know a small business who is looking to connect with people to help them create relatable and just fun content to showcase their brand, I am the doll for them. I specialize in creating content that's relatable and non-pitchy because I'm sure, like, in the world of influencers, everybody's tired of being pitched all these things. So I try to just really find the inner soul of the small business and the brands that I'm working with, and really showcase how rad and amazing they are, and the people who own them are, and the products that they bring to the table are. So if you're looking for somebody to help lift up your visibility and lift up your small business and kind of help boost its reach, I'm definitely somebody to reach out to. There's all the links and information below to contact me in regards to that. And also, I am currently working on my website. So my website is under construction right now. Building websites takes time, but I do have a landing page that is set up that has all my contact information, and also a place for you to subscribe so you will not miss out on all of the fun stuff as it is releasing. Make sure that you go to my website, adollforallproductions.com, and put your email address in there so I can put you on the list as these bigger projects start rolling out. The way that I'm going to be notifying people is, of course, I'm going to be posting it on my platforms, but if you really are interested in staying connected with me and my content and all the fun stuff that I do with you guys, make sure that you drop your email address down and sign up, because that's how I'm going to be contacting y'all directly. And also, the first 1,000 people that roll through, we're almost there. The first 1,000 people that roll through are going to get a special thank you surprise for being some of the first to jump on the DollFAM, a Doll for All Productions bandwagon. So make sure that you go over there and sign up. Another really cool thing that is in the works is I am putting together some really rad Monday Coffee with the Doll, DollFAM Monday Coffee and Chill boxes. There's a lot of, like I said in my initial video on my Facebook page, there's still a lot of kinks that need to be worked out, but I'm working very meticulously and consistently on this project. I think that it's going to be really cool and really fun. You know, I wanted to create some fun ways for you know, you guys to get cool things and cool items. I've always been such a person who loves, like, products and goodies and like fun things that, you know, are dedicated to the things that I love. So in my own brand, that's a big part of my personality. So I wanted to come up with a really cool way to open up the DollFAM shop and have some really cool stuff in there that's not just standardized merch. And I'm working on a project that I think is going to be really beneficial to everybody. I think that the subscribers that order the boxes are going to have a really good time with all the goodies inside. But I think that the people and brands and small businesses that I'm going to collaborate in creating these subscription boxes are going to have a really good time too. Some of the ideas that I have, I think, are going to be just top notch. I think, you know, I'm figuring out ways to incorporate spotlighting other pinup models every month to help support other pinup models. I'm figuring out ways to incorporate other hot rod enthusiasts. This isn't going to be just a girl thing. There's going to be some stuff for the dudes as well. You know, my male followers have always been heavily dedicated to supporting my brand, and so I want to make sure that everything isn't just red lipstick and hair flowers. So we're thinking about all of the cool cats and kittens, not just all the dolls out there. But it's going to be a really cool way to kind of help uplift small businesses and small content creators and rockabilly artists and music artists different artists of, you know, different mediums, whether they be, you know, like actual artists and content creator artists, and just I want to be able to showcase a lot of different people and support a lot of different people and really bring some rad things and awareness to different brands and products and just really create something super cool. So I'm working really hard on that. If you guys have any feedback on what you would like to see in a type of subscription box, make sure that you drop it in the comments below, because feedback is always welcome. On top of that, I'm working on a lot of other things. You'll have to check out my link tree. There's a lot of different fun things on there that you can connect with me through. There's different ways to book some mentorship time with me if you're looking for somebody to help you with your photo shoots. I do one-on-one video pinup photo shoot coaching. I also offer an option to, if you're going to car shows, posing on a white backdrop is definitely different than posing with a hot rod. So if you're looking for some help with that, I also offer an option to do it with Ethel. So I'll be out there with my car showing you guys exactly one-on-one some epic posing tips when you're shooting at car shows with hot rods. There's also a mentorship where you guys can book to have me kind of help run you through how to start out being a content creator and an influencer, if that's something you guys are looking for. I also offer just one-on-one counseling, just to sit down if you guys are looking for somebody to talk to about certain situations in your lives and you need some support. There's so many options where you can connect with me in different ways. I also have rolled out sponsorships of pinup. So if you guys want to sponsor a full-blown pinup photo shoot, there's also a new thing on there, as well as different requests. You can make personal requests on there for different fun things. So you guys will have to check out my link tree to check out what all goodies are on there. I also just released some really cool collector's packages because I just got published. I'm super excited. I just got published in issue number 9 of Rebel 13 magazine. It's an epic custom culture magazine. And they asked if they could do an interview and a spread of me and Ethel, my 59, Etzel, and I was super, super humbled. So there was an all new photo shoot spread that I took just for the magazine and a 16-page tell-all Q&A featured inside the magazine, and you guys can order those now. Those are available. You can order them directly as just solo original copies from the Rebel 13 magazine website, or you can visit my link tree and find some fun autographed collectible packages that are on there for options if you're the type that likes to collect autographed versions of things. So there's a lot of fun things on there to make sure that you check out. Another thing that I am in the works of is I'm trying to figure out how to do some networking and getting myself into places where I can meet a lot of you. I am talking with different shows who are interested in having me come down to MC and be a special guest and do things like that. So this summer I'm hoping to make it out to a couple of different shows that are a little closer to home so I can have some opportunities to meet and talk with some of y'all. But there's just a lot of really cool things in the works. I'm working really hard. I'm creating a new series with Glitz, Glam, and Rebellion to help showcase how to style your closet to be retro vibed. You know, a lot of people send me messages, how do I build my pinup closet? How do I style my wardrobe? So me and Gigi are going to be teaming up to be doing a series that just kind of puts a spotlight on really cool looks and ideas and items to add to your pinup closet. And it's not just for the ladies, it's also for the fellas as well. So there's going to be a lot of really cool things that are coming out, different sponsorships with people, different people involved in the show. I'm working on these boxes for you guys, but I'm just really excited as my brand grows. It's really important that you guys know that you're a huge part of that. Without you guys, I'm not capable of doing all of the things that I'm able to do. You know, I invest all my time into creating content to entertain you guys and expose you guys to cool things in the scene that I love and the passions that I have. So when you guys give back to the DollFAM, it's a really big deal. So with your guys' content watching and sharing and liking and leaving feedback, that's a really big deal. When you guys go support these small businesses that I share on here, that makes my heart so happy. It's a really big deal that you guys give back in to the DollFAM, and you guys are surely securing your seats at the table, because I love your faces so much, and it's a really big deal that you guys support all these projects, and that you guys are involved in all these projects, because I'm doing them all for you, and I want you guys to have a good time with them. So just know that I love your faces, and I'm super grateful. But there's a lot going on. So make sure that you're subscribing, you're visiting my platforms, you're signing up for mailing lists, you're turning all the notifications on my pages. There's so many different hoops that you have to jump through now to get notifications and get people's content in your feed that you follow. You don't just have to like their page, but you have to like favorite their page, you have to follow their page, you have to turn notifications on so you know when they're posting. So just make sure that you have done all the fancy bell and whistle blowing to make sure that all of my stuff is in your feeds so you don't miss out. Other than that, remember that my platforms are always open. So if you are a small business, if you're a custom culture brand, if you're a creator, if you're an artist, if you're a designer, always feel free to reach out. There is nobody too little or too big to inbox me. I would be happy to talk with everybody about anything, whether it be counseling, mentorship, whether it's booking one-on-one lessons with me, whether it's talking about your own content and getting help and support through that, whether it's helping create and uplift your small business, whatever it is, even if it is just as simple as getting your brand shout out on my channel, just remember you can always inbox me, you can always reach out to me. I'm always happy to hear from everybody. So with that being said, I'm going to take a couple of questions from the DollFAM topic choice, and then we'll be wrapping it up. All right, so every once in a while I will put this post on my Facebook page and ask you guys what topics you want me to discuss in Monday Coffee, and then I try to answer all the comments until like the post kind of goes quiet and it's not getting any like new comments, and then I'll wait and I'll post again a few weeks later. And I did a few last week, and last week it was mostly car related. That's like the favorite question is, how's your Etzel doing? Talk about hot rods. So we focused mainly on hot rods last time, but this time I'm going to take some different questions. There's some fun ones on here that I thought would be a good one to do. Like for instance, Ed here, who is my spammer ninja. Ed's been a follower of mine for years and years and years, and he always used to call out like all the spam bots that would like hit on the guys in my comment feeds and try to get them to DM them so they can steal their credit card information. And him and I are now just really good friends. Like, he's one of my best friends, and I don't like, he's a part of my family. I don't know what I would do without Ed. So Ed said, what can we do to make pinup and rockabilly more popular? So I think that like it's hard because it's a type of niche thing, right? It's a very specific interest. There's not a lot of fluidity in it, right? Pinup and rockabilly is what it is, and then there's going to be people who absolutely love it and people who absolutely hate it. I've met both sides of that spectrum. There's people out there who are just absolutely turned off by pinups, which is crazy, I know. But there are people out there who are like, why do you dress like your grandma? This isn't sexy. This isn't cute. Why do you dress like they're, for some people, it isn't their thing. There's people out there who don't like hot rods. I don't get it either. I don't like that type of negativity in my life. So I don't really know anybody like it. I'm just kidding. So it is something that, you know, the people who are going to like it are going to love it, and the people who dislike it are going to dislike it. And that's okay. Everybody has their, you know, abilities to and opportunities and rights to like and dislike whatever they want, right? I think one of the things that you can do though is to definitely just continue to support what it is. I was thinking the other day, you know, I have listed now on my Linktree where you can sponsor full-blown pinup shoots. And doing a pinup shoot is a lot. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of money that goes into it on, you know, our end as the actual pinups, the women that are doing it. And there's a lot that goes in with the photographers, the locations, the setting up, the entire day dedicated, all of the editing. You know, there's a ton that goes into creating one picture that you guys will see us post. And I was thinking to myself, man, the pinup work that we're creating right now is someday going to be, you know, way older photos that are inspiring girls to continue doing pinup way down the road. Like eventually I'm gonna be just an old lady. I already feel like an old crotchety lady, but at some point I'm gonna be this old lady that's like everybody else. I'm gonna be wrinkled and not wanting to do that type of stuff anymore because I'm just crotchety and I just want to drive my car and I don't want to put makeup on anymore. I don't want to do it. Don't tell me to put on eyeliner. Look, find the way. You know. But realistically, the photos and the pinup art that we create right now is going to continue to inspire women and artists and photographers and stylists and everybody in the future to continue to embrace this, right? We are going to be inspiration for continued art throughout the future. So I think that like when you see people who are creating, you know, pinup art, when they're doing the photos, when we're doing the photo shoots, like investing in the continued creation of those is a really big deal to keep them going. You know, with rockabilly artists, book the shows, buy the tickets, buy their albums, share their flyers. You know, really what it comes down to is just supporting and going to and enjoying it is the best way that you can really just it's not about being popular, I don't think, because like rockabilly in general is all the people who weren't popular for the most part, right? It's kind of more of an outcast crew that didn't fit in. But I think that the more that you invest in its continuance is really what it's about. Continue to care about and support and uplift this form of genre, because the custom culture scene, I think, is one of the best scenes out there. It does have its really negative sides, but that's not really the scene as much as people, right? People, there's good people, there's bad people. So no matter what scene, no matter what genre you're in, it's going to have a mix of both, and you just have to figure out where your team is, and that's where you need to focus. And when things get negative, you don't invest your focus in those things. But when it comes down to like really the things that have fed the most positivity and self-awareness and just overall awareness of myself, the custom culture scene definitely did that. Rockabilly and pinup has got to be one of the best things that I've ever invested into to find myself in my life. So I think that the more that you buy the pinup magazines, you buy the calendars, you buy their prints, you help sponsor their photo shoots, you go to the shows that they're hosting, you go see the bands, you buy the records, like that kind of stuff is going to always be a really big deal in supporting and keeping pinup and rockabilly more mainstream than not. So book a photo shoot for me. I'm just kidding. Unless you want to. Definitely sponsor. There's a lot of perks in it. If you sponsor one of my pinup photo shoots, you get a lot of goodies for being the person that's responsible for making it happen. So check it out and DM me. All right, so else on here is Jonathan Jury. We all love Jonathan. Jonathan is my Taco Bell gift card in exchange for Prince Barter King. He brings me a lot of happiness and joy. He said, do you watch old school black and white Nior films? And if so, who are your favorite femme fatale actresses? So I'll have to admit, those aren't necessarily my favorites. I love them. I appreciate what they are. And I absolutely love the aesthetic. I love the genre. I love the time. I love, my favorite thing about those types of movies is like looking at the sets and the backgrounds and everything like that. But honestly, like I'm a little bit further. So like I prefer movies from like the 40s and 50s, and usually from like the newer films are more like 30s and back. But some of my favorite movies to watch when I was a kid were Fred Astaire and Ginger Roger movies, and a lot of them are in black and white. And I remember the first time my grandma she brought home Swing Time and Carefree for me. And I think without even really understanding, I was just in love with Fred Astaire. And not in like, ooh, I have a crush on him, but like I was just in awe of this man's abilities. Even more so than Ginger Rogers, you know, because with her, I like lusted after her wardrobe, to say the least. I was absolutely just flabbergasted by the beautiful like feathered dresses that she would wear. But there's just something so otherworldly about Fred Astaire and his abilities that it was hypnotizing almost. And it's something that I really fell in love with when I was younger, and I would watch those two movies over and over and over and over again. And then I would put on my life-size Barbie's outfits, because yes, I was small enough to wear my life-size Barbie's clothes, and I would reenact all of the dancing in my grandma's living room. So I'm more of those generational movies. But I do love the old school black and white Nior films. I think that they're just so beautifully done, and they're such their own pieces of art. But it's definitely not my strongest like knowledge. It's not something that I like heavily follow or am super into. So I feel like I would be discrediting people who really care about that if I were to be like, well, let me, because I don't really know as much. I'm more of a 40s and then before. So yes. Let's see, what else do we have on here? Dawn Ray asked, did you read comics growing up? If so, what? You'd make a good World War II pinup. Thank you, Dawn. I didn't read comics growing up. You know, I came from a really sheltered and like, I don't even really know how to say it. Everything in my world was always very minimal to like what other people around me were interested in. So like a lot of the things I was exposed to were other people's interests, and then I got to get on board with them. And comic books were never a thing really in my family. And it wasn't until, you know, I had kids, because my kids are super into comics, especially my 12-year-old. It was probably one of the first things that he really grabbed onto. He loves comics. He likes writing his own comics. He even made me a comic once for my birthday. And I was super doll, and it was just the most amazing thing in the world. So I personally can't say that I have a favorite comic or I know a lot about comics, but I am a big supporter of the art of comics. In my industry and in, you know, just what I do, I've come across a lot of actual like comic book artists and illustrative artists and people who create art pieces in the form of like, I guess you could say like a comic book type feel and energy, and a lot of that embodies retro and pinup, and I love to follow those types of artists. I think they're probably one of my favorite types of artists to follow. I personally don't have a lot of knowledge in it, just like my previous question, so I'm not going to be like, I know all these things. I'm definitely not a know-it-all. I can admit when I don't know. I don't really know a lot about them, but I definitely appreciate the art style. And I think that some of the pieces that I've fallen the most in love with, when like Instagram is probably one of my favorite places for those. So I really do love comic book art. I think that they hold a really huge place in like our literature history type, like, because it is a form of literature, right? So it's like literature and art mixed together. And that just sounded dumb, Emily. That just sounded dumb. I'm gonna call myself out on that. That sounded dumb. Patricia's like, girl, you sound like an idiot right now. I was like, I can't not say something about that. So, I would say that, but just in general, I think that comic books are really fun. I think that the art behind them is really fun. When that movie Sin City came out, I never actually saw those movies, but I remember all of the like posters and advertising for them, and I absolutely loved them. So that's gonna be it for those questions for this week. There's a couple more questions that I will answer next week, but that's gonna be it for the DollFAM topic choice questions that I answer. Thank you so much for submitting. I appreciate your time and effort. All right, so before we close out the show, I just want to give a shout out to our show sponsors who believe in Monday Coffee and help spread the word. I am extremely grateful for the people who uplift my voice, believe in my show, interact with everything, share my show. They give into the show. They help me create really awesome content and uplift my content. So I'm really appreciative for them. And one of our newest sponsors I have to show you guys is from Dirty Monkey Customs. So last week I told you guys that I am the most shameless little teeny tiny billboard that you will ever see. And if you have some rad t-shirts with your brands on it, to send it my way and I will shamelessly promote them in a Monday Coffee. Now I have to say, Dirty Monkey Customs is a really rad hot rod custom culture apparel shop based out of Canada. And I follow their page on the Facebooks. You guys should also follow their page in the Facebooks. They are putting out new cool stuff all the time. Let me show you guys this. I have a project that I'm going to be working on with stickers, but I'm having a hard time actually like doing it because it's messing with my OCD a lot, but I'm trying to get past that. I'm not going to talk about it now. But he sent me all of these super cool stickers. Now, I love stickers. I was a sticker collector when I was a kid. And I have to say, I really appreciate a well done vinyl sticker. He has some of the coolest stickers I have ever seen. I have to show you guys these. They're a lot of fun. He has all original artwork and designs. He's constantly putting out different t-shirts, work shirts, all kinds of really cool stuff. You guys are going to have to check out his pages and his website. You guys will find it in the mystery link below. Make sure you check it out and you go and support him. Dirty Monkey Customs is a really badass small business to support in the custom culture scene, and they are definitely a person that is allowed to sit at the DollFAM small business family table, because I just think they're really badass. I love a custom culture shop that's putting out original designs that are just fun. I am such a t-shirt junkie. I absolutely love these. Neil, thank you so much. But you guys are going to have to check out his Facebook page. It's absolutely rad. But don't forget to check out our other sponsors of the show. We have NC Fizzy Treats, who is an epic source of learning how to chill. I always need assistance in that. If you guys need assistance in that, her luxury CBD bath and body care line is the tits. And also, if you're looking to tame those manly beards, Modern Viking Beard Company is always here to help you tame it down, so then the women will not be tame around you, because you'll just look so good with your fresh beard. I'm a big beard supporter. I know not everybody supports the beard. I'm a big beard supporter. So make sure that you check out all of our sponsors. They are absolutely rad. And if you would like to sponsor Monday Coffee with the Doll, there's also information below on how you can do that and be a part of the small business family that is on Monday Coffee, because it's a really big deal. And I want to see you grow, and I want to help you grow. So hit your girl up. All right, so that's going to be it for this week's episode of Monday Coffee with the Doll. Thank you so much for tuning in. Always be sure to check out all of the information below. Check out my link tree, sign up on my website. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you ding the bell, make sure you leave a comment, make sure you share, because after all, what is that? Sharing is caring, and knowledge is power. And if I can share any of the knowledge that I've gained trekking down my road with you, then we can all be more powerful, but both together and separately, because both are very important. But also remember that sharing is caring when making peace within yourself, so you can walk in love with others better. All of this coincides with one another, as we also remember that these are the days that fill your week. So be sure to make them as amazing as you are. And I will see you next time. So bye.